I'm Katya with Hindustan Astrology, and today's video is about the upcoming full moon partial lunar eclipse that's taking place on July 16th at 5:39 p.m. EST. Now, in North America, this is called the full buck moon or the full thunder moon, as the male deer at this time are getting their antlers. And also we have a lot of thunderstorms. Now, this full moon is taking place in the nakshatra called Uttara Ashada, which means latter victory or latter unconquered. Now, this is the second half of a pair of nakshatras, the first one being Purva Ashada, which means former victory, and it talks about conquest and ultimate success. Now, the star that goes with this nakshatra is Vega, and this is called the star of success, and it is associated with people, especially in government positions or leadership positions in general. And also it gives an artistic and a musical ability as well. Now, as this is taking place at 29 degrees of Sagittarius, what we have opposite this, of course, is Rahu and Gemini. And we also have Venus is there, and just one place away in Cancer, we have Mercury and Mars. Now, the Sun is also in Gemini there, and it's going to be at the point which is called Sankrati, or the end of the sun sign Rashi sign. So basically, every time the sun changes signs from, for instance, right now, Gemini to Cancer, when it gets to right before it goes, it's called the cusp or the Sankrati. So because it is going to go into Cancer the next day, this is putting, and also, you know, Gemini rules Mercury. This is putting a lot of emphasis on that Mercury retrograde and Mars debilitated in Cancer point. So now, all year we've been talking about this conjunction of Saturn and Ketu with Pluto. And now we have this eclipse point taking place there. So everything that we have been experiencing as far as our beliefs, letting go of things from the past, maybe having to do with work as well, because Saturn rules work. I wrote a blog post where I went through all 12 signs and how this is going to affect you, so I'll leave the link below so you can read that. But all of that stuff that we've been feeling is coming up right now. And because the lunar eclipse is a shadow point, basically things that have been hidden in the shadows are going to come up to be revealed at this time concerning where this Sagittarius takes place in your chart. Now, of course, this is a generalized reading. If you want me to go over your chart with you, I'll put the link below as well so you can book a reading with me, because of course this is, you know, very generalized. But everything that we've been feeling as far as the stress of the breakdown of the old paradigms, all of that is going to be brought up right now. And Sagittarius, now this is also Guru Purnima, which means this is the time when we honor our teachers and our gurus of all kinds. And because Jupiter is, you know, the guru, and his sign is Sagittarius, which is where the eclipse is, Jupiter right now is retrograde in Scorpio, 12 places away from this, indicating even more spiritual insight gained from letting go of old belief systems. Now, as I said, we've got this Mars debilitated and Mercury retrograde, just, you know, kind of making everything very foggy and uncertain. And also I feel like, you know, because it's the sign of the mother, Cancer, and it's ruled by the moon, especially at this time, the Saturn, K2, moon, Pluto, all of that stuff, this is the wound, you guys. This is the wound. And where it happens in your life, you know, they say the wound is the place where the light comes in. So especially at this time right now, we've got to pay attention to our wounds from the past and let go of that pain, because it's behind us. You know, it's not serving you right now by holding on to that. And especially because of this Mercury retrograde with Mars debilitated, a lot of the fears about being abandoned are coming up, wounds of the past being abandoned, but also, you know, it's going to make us very emotional and very difficult to express our feelings at this time. So don't let yourself get frustrated at this time. Now, I wanted to look at something here. You know, we've got Neptune retrograde, and Neptune indicates deception, delusion, lies, deceit, and it is in the sign of Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn. So even more emphasis of Saturn showing us, or rather the eclipse showing us, you know, with Saturn, where the lies have been, and where we can grow as well, because we've got Neptune doing a nice 5-9 with Rahu, and that's, you know, Rahu is the destiny point. This is what we're here to do. And so in order for us to grow and to get past all of the negativity and all of the control that is going on in society. And it's another thing, you know, because Rahu's in Gemini, when 18.5 years ago, I don't know if you guys knew this, but right before 9/11 happened, there was a citizens disclosure hearing for Congress on ET and UFOs, and all sorts of people came out of the woodwork from the government, military officials, with their stories. And this is all on YouTube. You can watch it all. Just look up U.S. Congressional Disclosure, Senate hearings. You'll be blown away. I mean, even, you know, Paul Hellyer, who was the former defense minister of Canada, came and testified. I mean, he's not going to risk his reputation. I don't care if he's retired. You know, a lot of these people have to be retired from the military to talk about this stuff. But guess what? Happened like a week later, or not even a week. I think it was less than a week. 9/11. So, guess what happened? All that information swept under the carpet. And guess what's happening now? I think it's set for August. I think August or September. Just YouTube, or I'm sorry, Google it. You'll find out. Several people have bonded through a group, and they are storming the Roswell military base. And Area 51 is what it's called. And of course they say now, I mean, if you follow ufology like I do, you'll see that, you know, Area 51 is just kind of a Disneyland showplace now. All of the important stuff has been moved off base. So they're really not going to find anything. But the point is that people are tired of being lied to. They want to know the truth. And by God, they're going to go storm Area 51 and find out. So The disclosure of ET is imminent, and I feel like we're being, given little morsels, little breadcrumbs, leading us to where they want us to see. And this is a huge part of this paradigm shift and the old belief systems being broken down. It's not just about governments, it's not just about the Catholic Church, it's much bigger than that. Now, let's talk about Ganesha for a minute, because something that I've learned from studying the Thunderbolts project group. My husband is a physicist, so I get a physics lesson every day in quantum physics and plasma physics, and that is that there are two fields. There's the quantum field, which is the void, kind of like outer space, and then there's the electric field. And then there are products of those fields. For instance, the product of the electric field is the magnetic field. And the magnetic field is what gravity is dependent upon, and time is dependent upon gravity. So you mess with the magnetic field and you mess with time and time travel. So when we're talking about Ganesha, what is the story of Ganesha? And this whole full moon energy got a lot more metaphysical when I started looking into the animal card that I'm going to show you here in a minute. But Ganesha is the protector of the earth. And the story is that his mother, Parvati, wanted to take a bath and not be bothered. And so she created Lord Ganesha out of the turmeric paste that she was going to bathe with. And it's like a red clay that comes from the earth. Not clay, but I mean a red color comes from the earth. And she created this child to guard the door. Well, when Lord Shiva came home, he wanted to be with his wife, and he found this child there. And this child would not let him pass. And so he got very upset and had, I believe, his guards chop his head off. And when Parvati got out of the shower, she was mortified, right? What did you do to my child? I just created this. Blah, blah. And so Lord Shiva, in remorse, told his soldiers to go find, I believe, the first dead animal that was facing north. And what they found was an elephant. So they took the head off the elephant and put it on this child, and that became Lord Ganesha. Now, after studying thunderbolts, plasma physics, basically Parvati is the earth, Lord Shiva is the cosmic destruction and creation that happens out in the cosmos that can harm any planet if there's not an atmosphere. So what is Lord Ganesha? He's the atmosphere. And what is our atmosphere? It's a magnetic field. In order to have a magnetic field, you have to have an electric current. Where does the electric current come from on Earth? In the center of the Earth. So imagine there's a great heart in the center of the Earth, and the energy is so strong that it's creating a magnetic field that goes around the Earth. Now, this is the same concept that happens with your body and the aura. So, how do we strengthen our aura? We strengthen our heart. Our heart is an electrical unit. It creates an electric charge, and from that electric charge, there's a magnetic field. And if it's strong enough, that magnetic field goes around you, and that is what protects you from negative energy. So when we're thinking about Lord Ganesha, clearing obstacles, removing obstacles, opening the path for us to success, because Uttara Ashada cannot achieve success without Lord Ganesha's blessings. You must think about strengthening your heart. Also, the sun is the planet that rules Uttara Ashada. That solar energy, solar energy is the solar plexus, right? So what happens with the chakras? Each one builds. So you have to build that solar energy to shoot it up into the heart to get it spinning, okay? So this is a nice meditation that you can do at this time. And there's a lot of really good Ganesha mantras on YouTube. I'm sure you can find something that you like. But I thought that was an interesting meditation to have at this time. And also, so the card that I pulled is Dolphin. Now, I was a little surprised to pick this because I always thought of Dolphin as, you know, so soft and romantic. You know, he's such a lover, right? And this energy during this eclipse didn't seem like anything to be like Dolphin. But my question was, what is this eclipse about? And what is Dolphin? Dolphin is mana. And what is mana? It's prana, or life force. That's the electric current. So that's the other side of this, of Ganesha. In order to have the magnetic, atmosphere, magnetic field atmosphere, we have to have the electric current. So how do we access the mana, the electric breath? So in the medicine cards, Dolphin is breath. And breath is air, and it's like stoking the fire of the heart. So, underneath all of that is rhythm. Underneath the breath is rhythm. You have to do things in a rhythmic fashion to get the breath going. So also, as you're doing yoga, yoga is not just about doing these fantastic poses and getting a great body. Hatha yoga is about using the body to align with the breath, to help the breath open our body up. And then, of course, there's bhakti yoga, which is what chanting is. And what is yoga? To link up with. So at this time, it behooves us to think about how we use our breath, saving our breath, not speaking too much, not putting our foot in our mouth. There's something about Sagittarius that they will put their foot in their mouth all the way up to their hip. I mean, they really can step in some doo-doo, So we have to really be careful of our words at this time as well. And conserving our breath, using our breath for sacred things, for sacred words, and rhythm. Paying attention to rhythm. That is something that will really help us get over the energy at this time. So I hope this helped you guys. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My website is HindustanAstrology.com. And also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can go there and just click on the Consultations tab, and you'll see several different options. I added a new option for people who are in a different time zone and it's too difficult for them to do a live reading with me. So what I do is video capture reading. And so what I'll do is I'll use my phone and I use the Cosmic Insights app. And I open your chart up and I run a video capture app, so it's recording my audio while looking at your chart, and then we go through different things. And it's a half-hour reading, so it's half the price. And I found people really like that who, for whatever reason, can't do a full reading. So yeah, if you have any questions, just email me, and I hope you have a healthy and safe and pain-free eclipse. Namaste.